Hello everyone, I'm Jitendra Miglani. So you must be wondering why I'm here. Here today, I would be talking about certain concepts about people manager. Why? Because I have a vast experience of people manager. So I have come across many people. I have mentored many people out here during my tenure. So that's why I've picked up certain topics, and I will be launching a series. This is the first of those, and today's topic talk about people manager importance of connect. Let me see what we have been talking about here. First, I will be introducing myself, then we'll be talking about importance of connect, and then challenges in maintaining connect and simple ways to improve the connect. So let me introduce myself. As I mentioned, I'm Jitendra Miglani, and I'm a science graduate, management graduate, Lean Six Sigma Black Belt certified, having experience overall work experience of 20 years. Out of these, 10 years into people and operations manager. So during my tenure of people manager or operations manager, I have mentored many new managers who just come up of their IJPs, and I've seen they struggle a lot when it talks about people connect. So that's why I've taken up this topic today. Now, why connect is so important? Right? Why I'm talking about this today? So, first thing, when we look at our team members, they spend almost 8 hours more than 8 hours when we include their commute as well. So majority of their time goes into their office, their work life, right? So it is pretty important that they take that work environment, that particular surroundings with them. They are able to connect with them. So they are happy when the most of the time of their day they are where they are spending. They are happy about it. So when that to increase that happiness, it's important. The relationship becomes important. The quality of relationships are important. So these provide them support, and with this they drive happiness. And when we talk about happiness, so along with that will come that less stressful environment. So we know that when we are continuously working into an environment which is, that the kind of demands that we have from our frontliners, that targets, right, and goals that they need to day and out meet those, their incentives depend upon their promotion, their appraisals, everything depends upon them, right? So it is important that they should be working in an environment which is less stressful. So that connect again helps in building that atmosphere. So when we are able to have that connect, less stressful environment, then again that increase the engagement and loyalty of our frontline, the workforce, which is very important to us, on which everything is built upon. So having that engagement and loyalty for them, obviously that we are going to have an improved performance from them. And also looking at the other aspect as well, when they are less stressed out, when they are happy in that particular environment, the most of time that they are spending in the office, so obviously they will be more healthier, right? And obviously healthier people will make the healthier lives. All right. So now let me talk about what exactly the challenges that we are talking about when we jump into a new role. Right now, when we were on the other side of the table, we were just having certain expectations from our manager. Now we are on the other side of the table as we have gone through those IJPs or through interviews. Now I am a people manager. Certainly the people around along that side of the table are having expectations from me, right? So what challenges, what are the reasons, what are the challenges that I'm going to face? First, like as I mentioned, that there would be high expectations. Then there could be possibility uh, why I'm not able to connect with my team, that I get into a superiority complex as well, where I think that I am able to crack this IJP, I'm able to come this side of the table. I'm now part of the management. So that creates a gap in between the team and the people manager. Then we have a common purpose or not, what team is actually pursuing, what I am pursuing, that again that goes into same direction or not. Lack of trust is another thing, whether we trust each other or not. And then lack of communication. So there are other aspects as well. We can lead to these things. Now let me talk about how we can overcome this, how we can establish a good connect with our teams. That is very important. So ultimately, like we talk about why this is important, what are the reasons, what are the could be the causes. Now let talk about what can establish that connect. As a people manager, how can I be more connected to my team? So first and foremost thing is that I should stop judging people. So there could be a time that I move to a team, I get feedback from or about from other leaders or previous manager about the team members. So I should not be taking that. I should not. I should be coming, looking, working with them, and then establish myself that connect. So if I come with some pre notions, then definitely I won't be able to connect myself with the people. Then being transparent, that is the most important. Being transparent, so whatever the communication that you are maintaining, that is very important, that whatever is coming to you, you pass on the information. What is the information that is for them, you pass on to them and timely basis. So that's pretty important, that you have to maintain that transparency there. And then sometimes what happens that we fail to appreciate or give recognition to our team members. There's something done good by them. As a team leader, I take those credits from my leaders, and, and say that that is because of me. Why I'm here? Why? So I'm here because of that my team. So whatever the good that is done by the team, that appreciation should be passed on to them. Then listening, another other very important, that I should not, whenever we are communicating with my team members, we should not just pass on the information. We also could be good listener as well. We should listen to them, what they want, what they are saying to them. We should be paying attention. Right? It's not hearing. We know that hearing and listening, they are two different parts. So we need to incorporate that habit as well of listening. Another one that we can talk about is express gratitude, right? Thanking. That is very, very important. As I mentioned, that the most of the time as a front as when we are going to office, we are spending most of our times in our office, right? So out of 24 hours, and 9 hours I'm spending there, 6 hours I'm sleeping, another time I'm commuting. So you can look at what percentage of time I'm investing in my office. So what, when I am doing such an important, and then talking about the that important phase of my life as well, where I've been investing my time into my office. So it is very important that as a leader, we appreciate, we express our gratitude. So to them, thank them, right, and stop negativity. Do not use any kind of words that are pretty negative. Why this can't be done? This is not possible. So we need to refrain from these kind of messages and stop playing favorites. Now we tend to happen that there are certain team members which are generally always come forward, so and would be helping us, but we should not create that perception that these are our favorites. We are giving equal credit to everyone, right? So these are the few principles that we can use